I don't even know what I was going to say.
Okay,
So.
I'm technically broadcasting probably. Let's see where this puts me. Please, please, in the middle of something. I'll take the car. I'll take the car. I'll do the car set piece again. Okay, we're doing the car set piece again.
Is that good or bad?
Let's just say it could have been worse. It could have been.
Fair enough.
It could have been 2 levels back
bad.
instead of just 1.
Oh, it's annoying that it still makes you do 1 level back. That you'd think the moment you hit the cutscene it would save.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know where it started erroring.
Yeah, this is true. Well, it was a funny error anyway while it lasted.
You know, funnily enough, that's a good question. Which superhero do you think has like the best quality of life? Like, you know, best. You know, they're just for the most part they're just chilling out. They've got a decent like
Green
normal
Arrow.
life.
Green Arrow.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
He's rich. He's married to Black Canary. He doesn't have like powers that can like backfire. He's just really good at one thing.
He's really good with a bow and arrow and probably some martial arts
He's not
too.
a very good mentor, considering he completely missed when his like sidekick Ward's, you know, kind of son was addicted to drugs. He just completely missed that for like ages.
Yeah. But other than that, things are pretty cool for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
He's got, like,
people.
the second biggest family to the Bat family, which is still saying something considering how big the Bat family is. On your right. I mean, you know, like, of all the bad things to happen to the Arrow family on his watch, they never really seem to happen to him directly. The number of times he's died only for it to have been, no, he didn't die, he was kidnapped by the Amazons and was having, like, he was in prison on Paradise Island. Like, I'm sorry, Paradise Island.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
He was kidnapped and put on Paradise Island.
By Amazon.
Yeah. Okay, if we had to say, so I'm guessing that's the overall. How about for Marvel?
Okay. Good question. I just want to say one more thing about Lois Lane because I just remembered it, right?
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
I don't know if it's an official line, but I think it's kind of widely accepted as a kind of reasonable quote for Superman to have said is that I'm bulletproof, but from spending time with Lois Lane, you think she was as well, and you never know, she might be. The way she acted, the way she acts, you would assume she's bulletproof.
That's crazy.
She's unhinged and she's great.
I mean, I guess you, in a way, you kind of have to be to just run at whatever Superman's running at.
Yeah, but that's the thing. She's also
Constantly.
she's not just Superman. You know, she's often doing her own totally unrelated investigative journalism. Like, she's taken down crime syndicates on her own before before Clark ever came to Metropolis. And, on BBC iPlayer is Superman and Lois, that show. It's the last show of the CW kind of universe, but it's not actually. It was shown on it, but it wasn't like it was a higher budget. It wasn't written by the same people. It's like the first season especially is really good.
Oh really? Oh.
Kind of everything that I like about Superman is in that series.
Okay,
And, like,
since the cutscene appeared last time, I think I'm going to just skip it.
Yeah, in case
let's
that's
just-
you know, you
yeah.
don't want to get the glitch again.
Let's just kaboom-ski all the way to the...
Freedom.
Okay, good. So now it's just this, and then the car thing, and then the final boss. And yes, this isn't the
shit.
car thing.
This looks like fucking Captain Falcon.
Oh, X-Zero, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
A little bit.
Oh shit. Ah, through miracles I am dead. Okay, never mind.
Through a miracle, that's about no.
No, no, no. It was just a temporary survival
Marvel
thing.
character who has the best life.
Yeah. So like
Well,
the bullshit.
all the spider people are immediately out.
Oh, definitely. I'm connected to the web of life and
Destiny. And my
Destiny.
destiny is to have a shit time.
yeah.
I mean, maybe Anya Corazon. Like,
That's a great name.
her inciting incident was she was like stabbed by a fucking assassin in a park just because she was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and this guy was like, well, that feels
Does
like
she have a big heart?
excuse me.
Does she have a big corazon?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess. I didn't understand that joke, but I'm very proud of you.
Corazon means heart in Spanish.
I
Her
got
surname
yeah,
is Ha.
I got it eventually. Anyway,
Oh my goodness.
this guy
Precursor
saved
technology.
her, which gave her powers. And then she's just like, yeah, I'm gonna. Although I guess, I mean, her mum's dead, which isn't great, and she has a pretty shit time sometimes, like handling the spider responsibilities she has and keeping her dad safe because he's an investigative journalist and he keeps like barking up the wrong tree and almost getting killed. So I mean, but I think of the spider people, she's possibly got it the best. Jess Drew, I would have said, but only during the series you're currently reading. Before and after, it's just a shit show for her constantly.
Don't worry, Jack. It is for the greater good that I assume this role.
Even now, it may be too late. If Errol awakens the dark ship's cargo, all will be lost.
Listen, glow boy, we've been doing all your dirty work while you slept in the
She-Hulk,
stars.
maybe?
So stop it!
Inefficient.
She's always pretty kind of. I mean, she's a Hulk, but she doesn't have that identity crisis as often. You know, I mean, she's gone full Rage Hulk more recently, but it never. But it's often kind of. She deals with it a lot better than Bruce does, and can often kind of return to her, you know, classic She-Hulk form. Like, rather than Bruce just continuing to get worse and worse. She'll kind of learn from what's happened and...
Yeah, well, I get that a lot.
Don't look so upset.
If you knew we precursors were a bunch of little...
Yeah, I don't know.
fuzzy
It's a
rats,
really
would you
interesting
worship us?
question.
Could we run the
One that I've had
universe?
a lot of trouble answering.
Possible, buddy.
So, we...
It's funny that the DC one was so easy.
Then we get the
Well, I
respect
mean,
we deserve.
it's weird because DC's often considered to be a lot darker, but I think the idea is that amongst that dark, there's a lot more kind of
Beings in the universe.
hope and bright spots.
Ah, yes. All eco contains
While
the
Marvel's
source
almost
essence.
sometimes more realistic in that, like, no one's ever having a totally great or a totally awful time, except Spider-Man.
Woohoo! I'm a precursor! I'm a precursor!
It's, you know, it's an editorial mandate that Pete and MJ can't be married now.
God,
They can
really?
date, but they can't ever be, like, permanently together or married. That's just, like, editorial, like, that's an editorial mandate. How fucking sad is that?
The only way to ensure that Errol will not awaken the ship's cargo is to go there yourself and stop him. We will send you there from here.
But the weapon.
Chill out, buddy. You should have Mondale minutes to go there and get back
I
here
just-
pronto.
yeah.
I'm way before the... Hopefully
Hmm.
before... Oh, yeah!
I mean, Captain America's always dying, getting disappointed in America, and becoming a nomad. You know, he's always going through some shit.
I told you we needed a plan B.
Iron Man is
I
these
forgot
days
this
going
part.
through as much shit as Spider-Man.
Seriously, damn.
Like, yeah, Iron Man's had it rough recently. And the one, like, he had 3 amazing volumes where even though, like, loads of shit was going down, he got through it all because he was, like, hanging out with Emma Frost. And, like, they kind of got fake married. But
Fake
then,
married.
yeah, but it kind of really worked for both of them. And it was like one of those where it's like, oh, that's a bit of a joke. Like, they're not actually going to let that stick. Or, you know, those two wouldn't work. And then they did. Like, they weirdly worked really well together. And then, like, the final issue of that series comes that Emma's like, I've asked Jen Walters to fill out the annulment, you know, form for us. You just need to sign it. And Tony's like, so just like, yeah, but, you know, he really doesn't want to do it. Because he kind of, like, I think he realizes that how much happier he is, and, like, Emma as well knows, like, that it's possibly a good thing for both of them, but, I mean, I think, in a way she wants to be released of, like, feeling guilt for if something happens to him because she's a mutant, and it's a really interesting story, a really interesting conflict that they both want to be together, maybe, but they're too afraid to actually give it a proper try. You know, they were fake married because it offered them both cover while dealing with the mutant phobes.
You're right, that's not a pair I'd expect.
Yeah, but it really fucking worked.
It's always the ones that that sound like, what? Those two? It's like...
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the X-Men is just off the board. Doctor Strange, I'm pretty sure, is a ghost right now.
Explode, 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 please explode. Oh, I'm supposed to fly here. If I lose because I thought I was supposed to shoot instead of jump.
I'm supposed to fly now? Ba-dum-bum.
I'm supposed to fly now.
Ah, not Carol Danvers. She's always having a shit time. Oh, Kate Bishop.
She having a good
She's
time most of the time?
She's usually chilling in LA in the sun, solving crimes with her little band of like Scooby-Doo side characters.
That sounds
She
pretty
gets-
chill by comparison.
She gets beat up. She has like wild storylines, but it's never like really emotionally destroying. I mean, she tried to go on a holiday recently and ended up solving a murder mystery in the most convoluted way ever. It wasn't a great story, but it was funny.
These nasty things ever wake up, the planet's finished.
All of these Dark Makers at my command. Just think what I could do.
You're through, Arrow. Even if we both die.
Jack?
Let's go, Dax.
What the fuck is going on?
Do you want the short version or the long version?
You look like you were getting attacked by a worm.
Well, the long version is that it turns out that the precursors are actually Otzels like Daxter.
Oh shit! Wait, like the precursors have been like those evil alien dudes.
Oh no, the
really
nice
old.
versions. Those ones are Dark
Oh.
Makers, they're not nice. But the nice ones are like Daxter. Because as the like leader one said, all Eco has precursor stuff in it, so when he jumped into the Dark Eco, he got the precursor stuff.
As you do.
Yeah. I imagine it's not something that would happen very often, but luckily for Daxter it did. So he's actually a precursor. So yeah, the first line of the series is technically foreshadowing for that. Well, not the first line of the series, but yeah, but the end of the first speech of the series with the first in the first game, like, remember how Samos the Sage was giving a speech about, you know, all of the mysteries that the precursors left behind, and how the answer to the mystery of the precursors rests on the shoulders of a young boy.
We gotta defend it. For Deimos.
The shoulders of a young boy. Flipping Daxter is literally on Jack's shoulders all game.
Oh, that's one of those where you realise it and it just makes you go. They were really happy when they figured that one out, weren't they?
The weird thing is, it definitely wasn't foreshadowing, because Amy Hennig only wrote this game.
They definitely came up with that later and went, aha, it all fits. God, the lights on the front of that car look like... Wait, are you going to say they're guns now, aren't you?
Which ones?
The thing, the yellow, the thing that's definitely guns.
The thing that's definitely guns are guns, yeah.
Glitchy lights going out the front of the car. It was like, you know, I thought the light was just like light beams that were clipping into the ground and stuff, but no, they're just they're gun muzzle flashes. That's the word. Who do you think's having the worst time in Arcane?
The worst time in Arcane, Vi. I mean, less so at the end of that episode, because Vanda, but like, the start of that episode was like, oh my god, that was some rock bottom shit right there.
Yeah, she was spiraling. What about Mel though?
Oh, yeah, that's a strong contender for... I mean, she's just, like, in an eldritch nightmare right now. This is like some shit you read in Lovecraftian bullshit where someone's trapped in hell, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the hell this Black Rose stuff is. If it's, like, a being or an organization, or I don't know what's going on with it, but they know way too goddamn much. I mean, the whole her brother, like, what? You know, that's one of those things where it's like, oh, her brother's here as well, and because like, how could they know?
How could they know what?
How could they know what he'd look like and stuff, and like mimic him to the point where she thought it was him for a solid minute?
Well, they said.
Oh yeah, I guess they did have him for a while.
Yeah, they
that is
said
true.
we thought your brother was the child, so they kidnapped him in the same way they did Mel.
That's true. Although, like, there's the whole thing between like that thing and, you know, this thing. And by that thing and this thing, I mean the prison thingy and the hell dimension where you get grabbed by spiky chains. And it's up with that. It's just non-stop WTF. So yeah, you're right. Mel's got a pretty shit time of it right now.
I think.
Yeah, I didn't realise how
kind of
off his
spiked very quickly when normally her life's, you know, fairly average.
Yeah.
Like, she's a counsellor, she's very rich, while Vi's just always having a shit time, was in prison for most of her childhood. Or
Also-
most of her teenage years.
I didn't realise just how off his rocker Singed was. Now that is a guy who's off his rocker. What do you mean you're trying to cure death?
Oh, right, Dr. Revik.
Wait, am I supposed
Yeah,
to?
I always kind of, I've never been sure. I've rewatched that episode a few times, and I've never been sure whether he means his daughter is dead and he's trying to cure it, or he's fucking insane and he's like stopped her from having a normal life because he doesn't want her to ever die, and he's just kept her like on ice for ever since she was a child. Because first time I thought he's trying to cure death, she's like dead, or she's just on the brink of it. But the second time I watched it through, I was like, or does he just mean that he doesn't want her to die ever? Because that's what the rest of that monologue seems to imply. Imagine a world without it. Kind of implies to me that...
If that's actually true, then he's even more insane than like I thought he was a second ago. I need to place a Majora's Mask. Ah. You can actually damage this guy in 3 different ways. Way number 1, fling a Peacemaker round at him. Number 2, use Dark Jack's ranged attack, Dark Strike. Number 3, go into Light Jack form and shoot him with a normal, and shoot him with like blaster ammo if you want. First time round, I didn't realise I didn't realise you could just fling Peacemaker shots at him. I literally thought you needed to use Dark Jack. And that is like the worst way to do it. It's honestly the shittest way to do it. So,
You had a bit of trouble.
I was struggling on my first playthrough.
Has there ever been any games where you've done it a lot better the first time and then, like, really struggled after the fact?
I don't know, actually.
And not from just, like, increasing the difficulty.
I don't think there has been, because, like, knowing stuff about what's happening has got to be helpful, right? Not much for you? No, not enough for me, honestly. I would like to fire my Peacemaker at the back of your head. And by head, I mean cockpit.
Weird tentacle thing. Weird tentacle laser.
Speaking of laser, we fired a laser at the Darkmaker's ship, so yeah, we blew them all up, so that's a result. Two more times and then we'll be on to Reddit.
Are you excited? Or are you sad?
I am sad because this game series is really good and now I'm done with all 3 of the games that I'll be streaming.
That doesn't sound right to me.
Huh?
It's almost like you're forgetting something.
What could I possibly be forgetting?
Oh, something to do with racing, perhaps?
Oh yeah.
Appeared for a moment in Left Behind.
Oh shit, you're right. Okay, one more round.
One more round to blah 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 blah. Revolution. That's the word.
Like, you know, what a car does.
Oh, I did not cards I've done that.
You didn't even realize your own genius.
Yeah, that's because it's normally not.
Looking what?
Oh my god, what the fuck is going on your screen? Jesus. Everything seems to be exploding and guns just seem to be going off everywhere.
Come on, man, another laser? Just do the thingy so I can end the game. Okay. Oh, no, he's gonna slap his head on the floor for a bit. Do the thingy!
Do the thing, Julie! Ah,
Spy
man, I
Kids?
miss Varric. Spy Kids?
Different Julie.
Different Julie.
Can I tell you what, that Spy Kids 3 was the weirdest flipping movie.
I am aware. I heard a lot about Spy Kids 3 in my days. In my time.
If you've never seen it, don't watch it while you're under the influence of anything, or...
Bradley,
I don't know what had
Under
happened.
the influence of anything.
Yeah, well, watching that feels like it.
Oh, dramatic end credits. Cutscene. What happened to Jack's girlfriend? She hasn't appeared in ages. The mechanic, not the lady with the face tattoo.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I assume whoever wrote this did not like her very much, because she just doesn't show up in this game, and
My life's work is
And
Stuff.
Jack moves on.
spent searching
yeah.
for furballs.
Every subsequent game is evidently not written by this person, as, that gets, you know, ignored. And he's back with, Kira in, like, the next game.
You mean the racing one?
Yeah, the racing one, and the totally non-canon fourth one, which seriously is not as good as these three.
Call me by my first name, by what my father called me, Mar.
Wait, Jack is more.
What was the gap between 3 and 4?
Come then, Ma.
I don't know, but 4 wasn't made by Naughty Dog.
Oh,
Let me look
right.
up real
Got all
quick.
I need right here, baby. But if you need me, and I know you will, you know where to find me.
Oh, Daxter, my little hero.
We owe you much, Daxter, for all you've done.
Let's see,
For
Jack
your
and
bravery in the
Dexter.
face of incredible danger, we shall grant you your deepest desire.
You know, I could really use a snazzy pair of pants, like yours.
Wow, those are sharp. I wish I had a pair just like that.
Hooray,
Oh,
he finally
is
got some
Daxter's
pants.
girlfriend who thinks he's a pet?
Don't worry, honey. You get used to it. Oh, and you may want to shave some parts.
They use a magic... Oh my god.
Thanks for everything, partner.
Did she want that to happen?
Hero, Daxter.
This is gonna be good. They think
Well, she wished for a pair of pants like his, so yeah, sure.
This is going to be a long trip.
What do you mean a pair of pants like his? He's wearing shorts and she's wearing fucking nothing.
And you've been nominated. We're gonna be
Oh, it's like the RPG where it's the same image in the menu, but for a female model, character model, it's a completely different look.
The universe.
Oh man, that's like, imagine using a magic spell only to put on pants, and then there's this lady who you've been kind of flirting with the entire for weeks, and she's like,
With all our adventures ahead,
and
you
then,
won't last a second without
but sees you as a fucking pet,
keen we are.
and then she gets turned into fucking hell.
5 years, technically.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
That is the most insane plot point in this entire game. And that's saying something.
Yeah. Man, oh man. Great trilogy. Could be nostalgia, but I prefer it to Uncharted. And if you'll forgive my blasphemy.
No, don't even say it. There's nostalgia goggles, and then there's just alcoholism.
But, you know I'm never under the influence of anything.
Tell that to the Budweiser you downed.
But yeah, I do prefer this to Last of Us.
Everyone's allowed their own opinion, even if it's a stupid-ass opinion. I will respect it. To quote Nick Fury-ish. I can't remember the quote exactly.
Steady on, steady on.
Well, I think it's only fair because you like happy stuff and I don't. I like miserable stories where the characters occasionally get to be happy because then it means more. While you like happy stories where the characters occasionally get tortured into saying their first words.
Yeah. It's probably just because the gameplay of this is so damn good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Kiro's played by Tara Strong!
I thought Kira wasn't in this.
Yeah. Not really, but... Tess was played by Britton A. Airy, MD. Holy shit! I didn't realise she was a doctor!
That's really funny. What's this one called? Was it Jak and Daxter 3 or is it just Jak 3?
Oh, just Jak 3. The Daxter bit got yoked from the title between two, after 2. Chris Cox, not that Chris
Daxter
Cox.
solo game.
Wait. That came out 2 years... I finally got the Wikipedia page up, so that came out 2 years after this.
Oh,
and,
right. Is it set after this, then?
Oh, no, it's set between the first 2 games. It's like some of the stuff that... It's some of the stuff that Daxter got up to during the time skip.
Right, while poor Jak was getting fucking tortured.
Yeah. And, yeah, the fourth game, which isn't even real, technically, was...
I mean, I think it is. I think you're denying yourself.
But it was made by High Impact Games and not Naughty Dog. Does it really count as canon?
Which is why Naughty Dog's holding on to Uncharted like that. No.
Well, that's not something I ever expected to see.
What?
No, I don't think you're ready for this lore bomb.
I
don't know if you're ready for this lore bomb at all. The absolutely dog shit fourth game was... No, I can't say it.
What? The absolute dog shit fourth game was...
I can't begin to mention how large of a lore bomb this is. So I guess I'll just have to rip the bandage off right away. The writing team consisted of Richard LeMarchand, Daniel Airy, and Neil Druckmann.
Oof. I don't know who either of the other two are. Wait, why would he write it if it wasn't Naughty Dog? Was it originally supposed to be Naughty Dog?
I have no idea, because they always intended for it to be a trilogy, but I mean, maybe he was just with High Impact Games for a bit and then joined Naughty Dog after that, I guess?
I don't know. When was it made? Was it made...
2009.
So that would have been after Uncharted 2 then? Or around the same time?
Let's see. Uncharted... God, they released a PS2 game in flipping 2009. They released a PS2 game in 2009! Why did they release a PS2 game in 2009?
When did the PS3 come out?
2006!
Really?
Well, yeah, because Sonic 06 was out on it, and Sonic 06 came out in 2006. So bare minimum, it has to have been out by then.
Yeah,
Let's just look up PS3. Let me just look up PS3 real quick. And it wants to sell me PS3s. I should have been more specific.
Ah, yes, the internet always wants you to consume. Consume the capitalism.
Let's see. PS3 release date, I guess. Let's go for. Wow, that really couldn't just tell me immediately somewhere. Yeah, first released in November 11th, 2006. So yeah, the PS3 had already been out for 3 years by the time that they decided to release a fourth Jak and Daxter on the PS2, mind you.
Was there, was it open world, the fourth Jak and Daxter?
Sort of semi-open world, I guess you could say.
Was there any, environmental storytelling, kind of, stuff you could just find in the open world?
I mean, maybe, but it was all just... It was not a great game, not gonna lie. You are damn right about 2009 being when Uncharted 2 came out. Now that is a mysterious one.
I'm just wondering, because one of the things that, was really cool in The Last of Us was the fact that there's, mini stories written in, and they were all just, but you get them through the artifacts.
New secrets are now available.
With a 3-person writing team, they normally have different roles, unless it's, a really complex story, and, I don't know, from what you're saying, I imagine Jak 4 is in a really complex story.
It's not, it's just a bunch of retcons taped together. It makes no sense whatsoever.
It could be that Neil just wrote something like a side mission or something else.
Yeah, easily could be.
Or,
we're talking
if there is environmental storytelling, he could have written the stories of that. Would be my guess. Or he could have just had an off day. I mean...
But, yeah, I mean, for one thing, they give Daxter a Dark Daxter form.
That's really funny.
Which, okay, that's fine.
Comic book level goof.
How come Daxter's Dark Daxter form doesn't look like a Dark Maker when we know that that's what happens when a precursor goes dark?
But wasn't he transformed into a precursor rather than being... Isn't it implied that he looked like Jak before the transformation?
Oh yeah, he absolutely did.
So maybe he's not a full-out precursor.
Which I'd agree with if the other precursors didn't act like he just genuinely, truly was one. And that's not the kind of thing you can just leave as well, they never said it.
Maybe half a precursor on his mother's side, like the Doctor.
Ah, yeah.
And they're just respecting his dual heritage. Because, I mean, from what you said about them, they seem pretty chill.
Yeah, although I'm not sure I want to think about that.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That didn't even cross my mind. Oh my god.
Bro, you're literally the one who said it!
Furry sex in your head.
What a wonderful way to end this stream. Thanks so much for watching. Eventually I may or may not play Jack X, and I will definitely be forced to. Bye.